Hey everybody, Craig back at you. Out today on the 2023 BMW R1250 GSA. As you can see by the title, I have added a custom seat and I wanted to go over why I did it and what I think the features are and in case you're interested in maybe doing this, give you kind of the process that I went through so you're educated and you can make a good informed decision about this seat. So let's start out talking about this seat and why I switched from the original factory seat. So if you've watched any of my videos, I love this bike. It really is a nice riding bike. But when I bought this bike with the intention of doing more just road riding, not off-riding, maybe a little bit of touring. If you follow my channel, you know I have a Honda Goldwing, which is my main touring bike, so I will still use that for most of my touring. But I do have a plan next year to take this bike on a quasi a short trip, maybe about 1,000 miles total. But I wanted to make it more comfortable. So for those of you that are out and you do the long rides, you know the most important thing, at least to me, is the seat. If your butt hurts, if you're not comfortable, then the ride's just it's gonna be a horrible day, a horrible ride. So I wanted to make some changes to it. So when I started looking at the aftermarket arena for seats, there's a lot out there. And I decided, I narrowed it down to two. I narrowed it down to Russell DeLong, which I have gone with on previous bikes, and I love Russell DeLong. To me, you cannot go wrong if you're considering Russell DeLong. But I also looked at LAAM, and LAAM was it's the first time I've really researched them. And LAAM Custom Seats is owned by Seth LAAM. It's a one-man operation. He does all the work. He's based out of California. I don't know if he's in the same area as Russell DeLong, but it seems like his process is similar to Russell DeLong. So one of the things that Seth did that made this seat come out really well is for those of you that are GS owners, you notice that in this spot here, there's a gap. There's on your factory seat, there's a gap right in here. It just doesn't look the best. He was able to change that and fix this a little bit. So now when you look at the seat, there's absolutely no gap. It just looks, from a fit and finish standpoint, it looks really good. The other thing that he did was he built up the seat. So normally for the GS, I ride in the high position. I'm tall enough there, I don't really have a problem getting my feet down. So in the stock seat, I ride in the high position. What he did was he built up this seat, which allows me to put it in the low position, that's what's in right now. The front and the back are in the low position, but I still have the same type of height. So I'm keeping that same OEM height, but in the lower position. And then it does allow me, again, gives me the flexibility to change it to the higher position in the front or the higher position in the rear if I want to do that. Another nice thing that he did was he kept the GS logo. He was able to take it from the factory seat and put it on here. I just think it looks good, it looks sharp. So I like that came out like that. What I had Seth add was aftermarket heat. So in the 2023 GSAs, and I think the GSs, the BMWs, I don't believe I think there was a supply issue problem. I don't think factory heat was even an option on any of these. Now in the new 2024, R1300s, maybe it'll be back. But for this model year, you couldn't get factory heat. So I had him add the aftermarket heat, which is right here. I live in Buffalo. We try to ride as late as we can. So yes, I do use my heated seat. The heater element that he added for this is just a simple on and off switch. I know with Sarge and some of the other ones, you can put levels and you have a little push button thing where you can change. This here is a simple, just you turn it on, heat's on, it's one temperature. When it gets too warm or whatever, you turn it off. I like that. I like it. I can reach down and just hit the button. And then when I'm warm enough, I just hit the button, I turn it off. So let's talk specifically about what I had done when I had this seat done as far as the materials and the color and everything like that. And I wrote it down because I couldn't remember it. So what I had carbon fiber inserts with graphite sides. And what he did is we flip-flopped the threads. So as you can see, it's like the grayish thread is on the top where the black thread is on the side. And I think it just sets it off a little. It makes it look good on the triple black bike. You can look online, you can look on his website. He has all types of options that you can do. And even though I'm talking about and actually I'm talking about my GSA, he makes seats for any type of bike. So you can just look on there and you'll see some things. I guarantee you'll see some things that you like on there. Another thing that he did for us GS owners, which I really like, I really appreciated, was he was able to mold the seat and make the seat where it eliminates that forward sliding. So for those of you that have GSs, you know you just keep sliding down. The stock seat just keeps you sliding down onto the tank. You know, you could start out in the back of the seat, you know, and it's not even the big dip of hitting a brake, but you have a tendency to just keep sliding forward, sliding forward, sliding forward. To me, that's irritating. He's able to make the pocket of the seat either to the middle or to the back, and it's almost like a little ramp, so you're not sliding forward. That eliminating that front sliding was huge for me, and this custom seat was able to accomplish that. So as I mentioned before, when you do see this kind of tractor bucket kind of feel or look to it, the seat feels great. It rides great. I have no problem getting my legs down when I'm getting down, when I'm put my feet down to stop. It just really works really well, the way this seat is set up. I put about, I don't know, a couple hundred miles on the seat, so not extensive amount, but I can tell you already that it's way more comfortable than what I had before. So let's talk about the process and what do you do if you want a LAAM custom seat. You go online. The best thing to do, and I'll tell you now, he'll be the first one to tell you, Seth will say, just call me. If you send a text message or if you send an email, he's so busy he might not get your email. Just if you see the number, give him a call. You go online, you fill out an order sheet of what you want and what you think you might want done. Don't worry if you don't have all the details. He's going to call you and he'll work all that out, but it gets you a production date. So your production date is a date that he needs your seat to his shop. Again, if you've done the Russell day-long process, it's really the same type of thing. You send your seat off to him. He'll work on it. He'll customize it. Again, he stays in contact with you. He'll call you. I would just say, allow yourself 3 to 4 weeks for him to give him time to do the seat, and then they get it back to you. But I was thoroughly happy. The craftsmanship is fantastic. I really didn't mention that, but it really is a quality piece of work. It just really, I wish, camera really doesn't do it justice, but it really makes the bike look good. It really sets it off a little bit. But for me, most importantly, it's comfort. Again, I ride my bike and I just want to be comfortable on my bike. And this has been a game changer for me since I got this seat. So if you are in the market for a new seat, if you're in the market for a custom seat, LAAM Custom Seats, LAAM, is a great option. Check him out and see if it fits the bill for what you want to do. If you have any questions about the process, again, I can't remember anything, but if you have specific questions, fire them off in the comments section, and I'll try to answer all your questions about this seat. But again, I have to say that I'm completely satisfied with this addition to the bike. So who knows what else we're going to be adding to it, but that's the latest addition, latest customization for this bike. And I appreciate you guys watching. I want everybody to get out, ride your bikes. Again, it is getting to be winter here. We're getting close, so I'm trying to get as much riding in as I can. But get out, ride your bikes, and have a good time. Ride safe and have a good time. We'll talk to you soon, everybody.